Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the e-learning classroom. I'm making the video in hope that it would help you with your self-learning at home during this period of quarantine. We don't know exactly when the class will be resumed or get back to normal. So, for the time being, we're going to do a lot of studies by, the videos that I'm trying to make. So I hope you will take it seriously. Watch the video and try to practice the exercises that I'm going to send in a separate link after the video, right? Well, in today's lessons, we are going to take a look at the reviews of what is the adjectives and adverb. I know it sounds boring. You may say, I've been learning a lot of times already about adjective and adverb or blah blah blah. But I still can see that most of the students are usually making a very common mistakes of these two kind of grammatical structures. Some of you still cannot use the adjective or adverb correctly in a sentence. So that's why I decided to review a little bit before we start the new lesson tomorrow, right? So, what is adjective? Well, you know that adjective is a word that you know tell you more about the noun in a sentence. For example, like Sonika is a student. She is smart. So, smart is an adjective because um, it tells you more information about what kind of student Sonika is, right? Well, as you can see, knowing the adjective, I can also combine into a very short sentence instead of having two, right? So I can say Sonika is a smart student, right? So smart here describe the student. What kind of student is Sonika? She is smart. Okay. Coming up next, where does it stand in the sentence? Well, most of the times adjective stands before the noun because it describes what it describes the noun. That's why it always stands before the noun, right? For example, I dropped some of the sample here. Um, we still have more, right? But this is just an example. Hardworking student always get the top score. So what kind of student always get the top score? It should be the hardworking ones, right? That's why it stands before the students. It tells you what kind of student they get the top scores. Number two, I like iPad because it's very thin. Well, thin is an adjective because it tells you more about the appearance of the device. Hey, what kind of iPad? What kind of device? It's thin, it's fast or whatever, okay? So thin here tell you something about the iPad. Um Number three, I love writing a lot, but still I am a slow writer. So yeah, slow here is an adjective and it tells you like what kind of writer you are. So you are not writing fast, you are a slow writer, right? Appearance or types of writers. Number four, they live in a beautiful house. They live in a house, yeah, we can understand, but what kind of house do they live in? So they live in a beautiful house. Easy, right? Beautiful. Tell you more about what kind of house it likes. What kind of house um what kind of the house look like, for example. Number five, my son Ben is an adorable baby. Yeah, like Ben is a baby, right? But what kind of baby he is? He is an adorable. So yeah, It's an adjective. It describes the baby. Number 6, there are many homeless people in Cambodia. As you can see, there are many homeless people in Cambodia. So homeless here is an adjective. Describe like, oh, what kind of people in Cambodia? Homeless people. They don't have the house to stay, right? So it describes the people. All right. Coming up next, we're looking at the adverbs and when do we use it and how do we change the forms from adjective to adverb, right? Which is very easy, but I don't know exactly if you still remember what we studied in the class. So here's a quick review. What is adverb, by the way? Well, the definitions from the dictionary is a little bit complicated and hard to understand, so I just try to break it down to a very simple words like adverbs is a word or set of words that modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Well, to easy understand, like adverbs answer the question how, when, why, where, or what, or something like that. Okay, so we will look at some of the examples of what kind of adverb that answer the question of how, when, where, why. All right. So this is the first example. Sonika is a smart student and she learns quickly. Yeah, we know Sonika is a student. What kind of student? She is a smart student. And how does she learn? She learns very quickly. So she learns quickly here. Answer the question how. How does Sonika learns? She learns quickly, right? Okay. Let's move on to some of the example. All right. I almost forgot to ask you, like, what does the adverb stand in the sentence? So most of the time, adverbs usually stand before an adjective, but after the verb or adverbs itself. I don't know if you understand the definition, but let's take a look at the example for details, right? Number 1, smart students always work hard in school. Smart students always work hard in school. So this answer the question of how. How do smart students work in school? They work hard, right? So as you can see, hard here is an adverb and it stands after the verb because it tells you it gives you more information about the activity, right? How do the smart students work? Number 2, I like iPad because it operates smoothly. I like iPad because it operates smoothly. So operates here is the what is it the verb, right? The action. Okay, smoothly is an adverb and it tells you how does the iPad operates. I mean, how does the iPad work? It works very fast, smoothly, or something like that. Okay. Number 3, Suchita writes very slowly. So this is tell like um how again, like how Suchita write. She writes very slowly. So slowly here is an adverb and it tells you about the activity of the writing from Suchita. She writes very slow, okay? Not that fast. Number 4, they usually comes to the class late. So the ball words are the verb in the sentence, are the main verb in the sentence, right? and the underlined one are adjectives. I just forgot to mention it earlier. So they usually comes to the class late. Late here is an adverb, and it tells you how do the student come to the class, or when do the student come to the class. They come to the class late, right? So it describes the activity of the students. That's why we need adverb here, okay? Number 5. My son is an adorable, cute baby. Sorry. My son is an adorably cute baby. So, as I already mentioned, it stands before the adjective but after the verb. So, cute here is an adverb. Cute here is an adjective. Adorably is an adverb. So, adorably tells you more about cute. Alright, you know that the baby is cute, but how cute he is. So, he is adorably cute baby, right? It's just to give a lot more details about the baby. That's why we need adverb and adjective, okay? Number 6, many Cambodians live homelessly. So homelessly here is an adverb, as you know, and it tells you like how Cambodian people live. Okay, they live without homes, something like that, right? Okay, now there's a lot about the explanation for the example. Let's just take a look at some of the rules to use the adverb. So you know that adjective, you first, before we have adverb, we need to know adjective, right? Because most adverbs comes from adjective. However, we still have some rules in order to transform the adjective to adverb. So today we're going to look at only 4 rules, 4 simple rules that you need to remember when you transform the adjective to adverb, right? So the the easiest one, rule number 1 is adding ly to the adjective. So many adjectives can be transformed to adverb by just adding ly at the end. Very easy. For example, like she sings quick. So quick is an adjective, but in this case, we need adverb. So she thinks quickly. So we have adverb by transforming quick to quickly by just adding the ly. That's it. The other example is she walks slowly. So it answers a question, how does she walk? Right? Very easy, slowly. We have adverb already. Rule number 2, many adjectives end in y can be transformed to adverbs by omitting y and adding ily at the end. Wow. It sounds complicated, but well, let's take a look at the example. She looked angrily to us. How did she look? So, as you can see, the word angry is an adjective and it ends in y. So, in order to have adverb, we just omit the letter y and then we add ily. So, we have adverb. Alright, very easy. Yeah? Number 2, like she did the homework easily. The same thing, easy is an adjective, so we need adverb in this case. So we just omit y and add ily. Then we have adverb. And it answers the question, how did she do the homework? She did it very easily. Okay? Let's move on to the third and fourth rules. So rule number 3, adjective ending in CVC form. usually double the last letter and add ly. Well, CVC here is I think I did explain to you in the class already. It's about consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay, so the word that ends with the sound consonant, vowel, consonant, then um, we need to remember that we double the consonant. Okay, and then we add y. For example, BTS sings an English song beautifully. So actually beautiful we only have one L, but we double the consonant. We double the consonant and then we add sorry. Yeah, we double the consonant and add Y. So we have beautifully. Okay. A lot more example will be given in the practice after the video. Okay. Rule number 4, there are some exceptions for the transformation from adjective to adverb forms. So a lot of students just ask me, how do you know it is the uh, irregular or regular adjective or whatever? So there's no choice. We all have to remember and keep that in mind. Why did I say that? Because this is the rule. So the rule never changed. This is the exception which you have to remember. Okay? So for example, like fast. So fast, some student they used to study and it's an adjective. But in this case, fast we keep the form as the original adjective because it is the exception. We don't change the form. Some people just change it to fastly or whatever, but it's not correct because fast is can be both adjective and adverb. That's why we say she runs fast. Fast here is an adverb. Okay, it's not an adjective because it answers how does she run. All right. Number 2, he speak. Sorry, I forgot us again. He speak English well. So well here is an adverb, and it answer like how does he speak English, right? This is the exception because um, we cannot change good to goodly or whatever. This is like the irregular adjective, which means we need to change the form from one word to another. Okay, so you've got to remember that as well. We are working hard to win the race. So hard here can be both adverb and adjective, but in this case, it's it's playing the role as adverb because it describes like how are the people working. So they are working hard, right, to win the race. So this is I'm telling you about the activity. That's why we need an adverb, not an adjective. Okay, here's some of the example about the irregular adverbs. So irregular adverbs like the adverb that change the form from the original adjective. For example, like we have the word good. So normally we add ly, right? But in this case, no, we need to change the word to another because it is an irregular. So we have good, well, fast, also fast, hard, late, early, daily, wrong, straight. So how do I know this is the irregular or irregular adjective or adverbs? Well, like I told you earlier, we need to remember that, right? We need to try to use it as often as you can. So then you will know, oh, this is adverb, oh, this is adjective, right? So I think this is the end of the lessons, and we're gonna look more deeply on how to use them, um, like how to use them in the sentence with comparisons and superlative tomorrow. Okay, so in today's lessons we will finish with this point, and if you have any question you can just drop in the group or write to me personally after you watch the video, because you're gonna have I'm gonna send you the link of the exercises which you need to do it. And because I have to check, right? If you don't do it I will know, because as you know this is the link we do it online. So when you type it and then you type your name and you do it, I will know what time you did the homework, and I will control like how many students haven't done the homework or something like that. Okay, so make sure you do it after the video. Click on the link, go to the exercise, right? This is the homework. uh it's like a kid's homework. Okay, I want you to write 10 sentences using, alright, both can be adjectives or adverb to describe the picture at the left, um, of the two children. They're holding phone, right? So you can write anything you want as long as the sentence contains adjective and adverb that describe the children, right? Okay, so thank you so much for your paying attention to the video. And if you like them, of course I'm gonna send you more, and we're gonna keep learning. Okay, no matter where you are, we are still in the class, right? See you. Bye bye.